My daughter Penelope smiled, but her eyes were cold. You're going to love the retirement home, Mom. They have knitting classes. My children saw me as a confused 72-year-old woman, a problem to be discarded so they could divide my $1.5 million estate. I just nodded, playing the part of the senile old lady they so desperately wanted me to be. Little did they know, this was all a test. And they had just failed, spectacularly. That night, as they slept soundly in my house, busy planning how to steal my properties, I made my escape. I fled to a secret sanctuary in Florida, where my loyal housekeeper Eliza and my attorney Mr. Cromwell were waiting. You see, I wasn't just some stubborn old woman. I was a CEO who had secretly grown my fortune to over $5 million. Together, we prepared the ultimate lesson for my ungrateful children. I returned just in time to see them signing the fraudulent papers to transfer my assets. I walked in, flanked by my legal team, and announced, "I'm not confused." The color drained from their faces as I played the secret recordings. I gathered audio of them wishing for my death, plotting to take everything. Then I dropped the final bombshell, my true net worth and my master plan. I was building the Hope Center, a luxury complex for abandoned elderly women just like me. I gave them an ultimatum. Face federal charges for fraud and go to prison, or work at the Hope Center for 5 years. Hard, manual labor. No pay. If you succeed, you get a small inheritance. If you quit, you get nothing. Terrified of prison, they chose the work. The first year was brutal. My children, who had never done a day of real work, hauled rubble and scrubbed floors. But slowly, a miracle began to unfold. As they worked alongside the elderly residents, their hearts started to thaw. Charles began baking birthday cakes. Leo became a dedicated physical therapy aide. Penelope even opened a small beauty salon to help the residents feel dignified and beautiful. 5 years later, their sentence was complete. I presented them with their $500,000 checks. To my complete shock, they refused. Charles looked at me, with tears in his eyes, and said, "We want to stay. We don't want the money. We want to protect this legacy." In that moment, I realized my plan for vengeance had turned into redemption. I tore up the checks. My final will wouldn't just give them cash. It would make them the directors of a nationwide network of Hope Centers. I had nearly lost my children to greed. But through the dignity of service, I had finally raised them into the extraordinary people I always knew they could be. Thanks for watching. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.